and Tyler Lewis, and Butler head coach Chris Holtman. Again, the format is that the head coach will make an opening statement. We'll open it up for questions for the student athletes, then release them, and then questions for the head coach. Coach, please.
I was proud of our guys' effort today. I was really proud of their effort. I think they had great regard and respect for a Winthrop team that we knew was very good and capable. And I liked their attention to detail for the most part in the game. And I really liked their willingness to share the ball for the most part in the game. So I thought we did some good things against a quality team. Proud of them for their effort.
Questions for the student athletes, please.
Brett McCormick from the Rock Hill Herald. How did you guys think you did defensively on Keon Johnson? I thought.
I think we did a pretty good job. You know, he's a very explosive player and can get going at any point in time. But I think we did a good job containing him.
David Woods from the Indianapolis Star. Avery, you seemed a little cold in here yesterday wearing that parka. I wonder if you got any pushback from your teammates over there, and if you felt a lot warmer during that first half.
They know where I'm from. I'm not used to this cold weather, and they had no problem with me wearing that jacket. John said I was good, but the first half, I was just the end result of a great ball movement. Our playmakers did a great job of getting me open, so credit goes to them.
How critical was it to kind of like check their runs every time they tried to get, maybe 7-2, 7-0 run? It seemed like you guys were able to kind of knock them back.
No, yeah, that's the big thing about the NCAA tournament is that there's going to be a game of runs. Like we said, they're a very explosive team. So maintaining it and controlling how limited the run is important. I think the one run where they got to 7 was a little too much, especially because there was lack of defense and some effort plays on our end and some execution on offense during that stretch. But like we said, we contained their big scorers, I think, pretty well. Little things here and there that we just got to fix before Saturday.
Rich Rovito, Associated Press. Avery, you had a pretty big game here against Marquette back in February. Is another hot shooting night today, too. Are you comfortable playing here, obviously?
I just play. Man, I can't give you a direct answer to why, but I'm just playing, honestly.
Hey, Tyler. Greg Doyle from the Indy Star. Hi. About midway through the second half, you started dominating by penetrating. Did they switch defenders? Did you get in the mood? I mean, what happened? What switch got flicked, if anything?
Well, coaches are always on me about my pace and just controlling the pace out there on the court, and that's what I wanted to do. And there was a couple scenes out there, and I just split the gaps a couple times, and they gave me a lane to the basket, and I was able to make a couple layups.
For Andrew, a couple things. One, what's it like when you're, when the 4 other guys are playing with Tyler, and he's really out there with flair, and the ball is just moving so fast. And then also, any residual effect coming off the 2 losses to end the season, because it seemed like those happened like 3 years ago instead of a week ago.
So yeah, those 2 losses, those were learning experiences for us. Obviously you don't want to lose, but at the same time, especially from the Xavier game, we could take a lot away from that game. But as for our offense, we know whenever we move the ball well side to side, getting paint touches, everything like that, that's when we're at our best. When we're stationary, playing a little bit one-on-one, that's when we're hurting ourselves. So today, just like I said, I think we did a really good job. Just had good pace with most of our offensive sets and moved the ball side to side really well.
Tom Silverstein with the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. Andrew, what was it like? It seemed like they switched on a lot of your screens, and a couple times you were on Keon Johnson was trying to guard you. what do you think they were trying to do, and then what was your plan when that happened?
I actually faced that a lot with the Big East schedule, switching 1 through 4. You just have to read it. I mean, some teams trap it. Some teams are sitting on your lap with the other defenders. I think I should have been a little bit more patient or a little bit more aggressive at times. But at the same time, we had a lot of open looks from passing it in. Like I said, our formula is get it inside out, whether it's paint touches or whether it's getting into the post. So yeah, switching on 1 through 4, just have to read it. But at the same time, I thought we did a really good job moving the ball around today.
Anything else for the student athletes? All right, guys, you're free to go. Thank you. And now we'll entertain questions for Coach, please.
Chris, this is Michael Cohen from the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. What did you think of what Kamar was able to do today? And in addition to his performance, how did you think the hedging of your bigs influenced what Keon was and wasn't able to do?
It was really important. It was really important for the game. He's so dynamic with the ball. I thought Kamar, worked extremely hard to make it difficult for him. And he got loose a little bit there in that stretch in the second half. But I thought he was really critical. Listen, my staff just told me that I looked terrible and looked like I hadn't slept in a week, which was nice of him. And the reason was that kid. I mean, he is a load to guard.
Coach, can you just talk about the way that Tyler was able to have that 4 or 5 minute stretch in the second half after they made their run, and how his play influenced you guys pushing the lead back up?
Hey, I think it was really we've seen him do that all year, kind of come in and make really impactful stretches. And, I think it was important for him. Sometimes there's difficult matchups for him to guard out there, and that can limit his overall minutes. When we don't have to, when we can put him in there and leave him in there, and he's helping our defense, he's just terrific with the ball, and he was terrific today.
Other questions for Coach?
Coach, we all know what a tough business the college basketball can be. Just wonder what your reaction was to Indiana firing Tom Crean today, or if you even knew that had occurred.
Did that happen?
It happened. It happened right before the tournament started.
I don't know what to say to that. I've got a lot of respect for Tom, and I've got a lot of respect for how his team plays. I had one of my closest friends lose a job not too long ago at Illinois. And listen, we all get into this knowing the deal. Do I disagree with those decisions? Absolutely. Absolutely I do. And am I biased about, do I disagree with the decision at Illinois? Absolutely. They don't care, but I know how hard that guy works, and I know how committed he was to his players, and I believe he was really close to turning the corner. We know what we bargained for in this whole deal, and everybody wants to be here now, and when you're not here, people get upset.
Anything else for Coach? Right here.
How big of a physical advantage did you feel like you had at certain positions? Because it seemed like it maybe showed up at the free throw line a little bit.
Yeah, that was important for us. I think it's how we need to play. Getting to the free throw line is important to us. It needs to continue to be more important for us than what it has at times. The Big East is brutal, and it's a very physical league. But we did, that was a big part of our game plan, is could we impact things from the paint out and offensively. Getting to the line 30 times was critical.
Did Keelan cramp up, and is there any concern for him moving forward?
No, he just has Charlie horse. I think he just got a knee to the thigh or something, but he's fine. I think he'll be sore, but our training staff will do a great job with him.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck Saturday.
One more.
One more? Was there one more? I'm sorry.
Coach, does where you lost the past 2 years create any additional pressure to try and get to the Sweet 16 this year?
There's pressure every time we play. and we love it. If you don't love pressure, then you're in the wrong spot at the wrong time. We're going to embrace it and have a lot of fun, cut loose and play. We're going to play a great team.
Thank you.